Okay guys, here we go again. Day 2, Tuesday. Still on the same standard, SS8H2, analyze the colonial period of Georgia's history, and your learning target today is that I can explain the importance of the Charter of 1732. So, picking up from yesterday, we talked about why people came to the English colonies. We talked about religious freedom. We talked about mercantilism, where they wanted to get the resources that they could send back to England and people could make more money. And then we talked about people who came against their will. Indentured servants who couldn't afford to come but wanted to would find someone who would pay for them to come, and then they would work for that person to pay off that debt. But then we also had slaves that were brought against their will, and they had no rights and spent their entire lives in service to others. Okay? So, James Oglethorpe, he is a very important man in Georgia. He was a well-educated and wealthy Englishman. He liked to help people in trouble. He was appalled at the debtor's prison system in England. So if a person was in debt, or if they owed money to someone else and they couldn't pay it, they were thrown in prison and expected to work off the debt. Seems kind of dumb, but it was what worked for them. However, like any other prison, they didn't get very good care. They had rough conditions, harsh conditions. They didn't get good food to eat. They were working long hours. They didn't get whatever they needed to stay warm, blankets and anything. So if you got sick, if you caught something, odds were you would get very sick, and like his friend Robert Castell, you may die. And this upset James Oglethorpe a great deal. Losing his friend, he thought it was not right for people to have to die because they owed money. So he works with 20 other men to outline a plan to create a new colony where these debtors, these people that owe money, would get a fresh start in the new world. Okay? So his idea is the colony of Georgia. They wanted a trustee colony. I see all our other colonies, if you look up along this map, they are royal colonies all the way to South Carolina, meaning that they have a royal governor and the king, and that's it. Now, James Oglethorpe wanted to be a trustee colony where there would be a group of 21 men, trustees, leaders, who would make the decisions and run the colony. Now, they still had to answer to the king, but rather than just one royal governor making all the decisions, there was a group to work out what was best for the colony, okay? And that's where they end up right there. That's the original colony of Georgia between South Carolina, which is a royal colony, and Florida, which we know the Spanish are down in Florida, okay? So the Charter of 1732 is a document. Just a piece of paper like that. Just a piece of paper that is used to create the colony of Georgia, okay? It writes down all the guidelines are written on it, everything that needed to be done to create the colony, where it was going to be, and the rules that were going to be expected for that colony. That's all in the Charter of 1732, okay? So there are going to be 21 men who serve as these trustees to make the decisions for 21 years, okay? It's pretty easy, 21, 21. Like I said, the charter set up the boundaries. It stated that the trustees were to manage. They were in charge of the colony, and it forbade Catholics, slaves, liquor sales, and lawyers, okay? The whole point of this colony, like we said, these debtors, these people that owe money, that's who James Oglethorpe wants this colony for. He considers them the worthy poor. They are worth getting this new chance, this new world where they can start over. So they initially outlaw rum, hard alcohol, because they think this liquor is going to cause the colonists to get drunk, and they're not going to work hard if they're drunk, right? Slavery is also forbidden because the trustees didn't want to be a colony like South Carolina. They didn't want these huge plantations and then small farmers where there's wealthy people versus the poor people, and the wealthy people are kind of in control of everything. The trustees wanted everybody to have an equal opportunity to be successful, okay? Like I said, even though they're in charge of it, they still answer to King George II. He signs the charter. He has to approve any decisions that they make, okay? This charter provides all colonists with 50 acres of land, tools, and food for a whole year. In exchange for this, the colonists have to agree to defend the colony, use those tools that are provided to grow mulberry trees. Why mulberry trees? Because the worms that eat the mulberry leaves produce silk, and silk is in high demand at this point, and so that is a big selling point for the colony of Georgia. If they will grow these mulberry trees and help the silkworms produce silk, they'll bring in a lot of money for the colony. Okay, they are also forbidden to sell their land. Okay, it has, once you get it, you keep it, you can pass it down to your son, but there's no selling of the land. Okay, they're also expected to obey all those rules laid out by the trustees. You can see there's the charter, proclamation, and we're going to stop there for the lesson. What I want to show you now, though, is your assignment for today. You are going to start your new choice boards. Okay, this is exploration choice boards that you're doing, or colonization, I should say. You know your letters. You're either an A, B, or C. Okay, you have to go get your paper from Miss Tapp when you're done watching this, and then you're going to view each of them. Each one, you have two choices, okay? There's a choice 1, there's a choice 2. It is up to you what you want to do. When you get this paper, you know the first thing to put on that paper is your name. The second thing I want you to do is to circle which project you want to do, okay? You can just circle right here, like choice 1, or you can circle the whole box right there, okay? You are also going to get to have a partner this time. So yes, your partner has to have the same letter as you. If you're not sure what your letter is, ask Miss Tapp. She has the list with everybody's letter on there, okay? So you are working together. 2 minds are better than 1, okay? Come up with something super fantastic because you get to work with a partner that you choose, okay? I expect you to make good decisions and pick someone to work with that you are going to be able to be productive, okay? Not someone you're going to mess around and giggle with, but someone you can trust to do their share of the work so you guys can get this done, all right? If there's any questions, Ms. Tapp is there to help you out. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully I will be done with jury duty. And I expect you guys are being awesome and on your best behavior, and I'll see you later.